I'll admit it. I did try and fuck her. She was married. Huge news there. No, Nancy. No, this was, and I moved on her very heavily. In fact, I took her out furniture shopping.
You called what you said locker room banter. You described kissing women without consent, grabbing their genitals. That is sexual assault. You bragged that you have sexually assaulted women. Do you understand that?
No, I didn't say that at all. I don't think you understood what was said. This was locker room talk.
You were against same-sex marriage. Now you're for it. You defended President Obama's immigration policies. Now you say they're too harsh. You supported his trade deal dozens of times. You even called it the gold standard. Now, suddenly last week, you're against it. Will you say anything to get elected?
Well, actually, there have been questions about my emails, so I want to address that directly, and then I will take a few questions from you.
Next segment is fitness to be president of the United States.
She mentions this, which is all fiction, all fictionalized, probably or possibly started by her and her very sleazy campaign. But I will tell you, what isn't fictionalized are her emails, where she destroyed 33,000 emails.
Okay, day one, here we go. Thousands and thousands and thousands of people are in the streets tonight, pretty spontaneously and organically protesting the election of Donald Trump.
Jasmine, what is your view on the way the 2016 election was covered on Twitter and on different media sources?
I feel like it was all very opinionated and not backed up. Like, everyone just wrote down their opinions about everything and bashed each other for their, views. No one actually, took the time to one, fact check, or two, to even, consider the other person's, side.
Yeah, okay. What is your view on the way the 2016 election was covered?
Can we start over?
I think it was very chaotic and unfocused on the issues.
Okay, could you explain, more on Twitter or in regular news?
On Twitter, on regular news, everywhere that you looked.
Mm-hmm. Did that make you want to pay less attention or more attention to the...
It made me want to do my own research and try not to listen to all the jib-jab and irrelevant things going on.
Mm-hmm. Do you believe that Twitter has the power to create an informed citizen through political communication?
I think that Twitter has the power to create a citizen who thinks they're informed.
Not on Twitter.
Not on Twitter?
Not tweets.
Yeah. Okay.
I think that they have the potential to, if they're credited to the, if they have, the correct sources. So it just depends on where the source comes from. The source is just some angry person with a bunch of opinions about a topic. You can't really rely on that.
Mm-hmm. And could you read that tweet for me?
By Donald Trump. Did Crooked Hillary help discussing check out sex tape and passed Alicia M. become a U.S. citizen so she could use her in the debate? What?
Do you think that's an accurate form of what kind of political communication we should be having?
No, absolutely not. I feel like politicians, all politicians do these days is just bash each other and not give their own opinion.
Could you read that tweet out loud for me?
Obama is without question the worst ever president. I predict he will now do something really bad and totally stupid to show manhood. Donald J. Trump.
How does that make you feel?
First off, it makes me feel embarrassed because it did not flow, and it seemed like some of the grammar was incorrect. And I don't like how they're using like bashing, like trying to start a Twitter fight, which is something I would do in middle school.
Could you read that tweet for me?
Wow. Jeb Bush, whose campaign is a total disaster, had to bring in mommy to take a slap at me. Not nice.
And how does that make you feel?
Honestly sad that the fate of our country is in the hands of a man so childish and immature.
On Tuesday, November 8th, this country will make one of the most important
decisions in its history.
and the only way we can prove that to you is by having lots of famous people.
Lots of famous people.
Lots and lots of famous people.
Just a ton of famous people.
Repeating how important.
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 How important it is. Register.
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 Vote.
There's so many famous people.
But you only get this many famous people together if the issue's
one that truly matters to all of us.
A disease or
ecological crisis or
a racist, abusive coward who could permanently damage the fabric of our society.
If a candidate uses celebrity endorsements heavily and uses them to market their campaign, does that make you tend to like them less or more?
It definitely makes me more interested in that elect, because people that I like are interested in them, but I do try not to let it affect my decisions.
Okay, awesome.
A-list celebrities that supported them?
Mm-hmm.
It wouldn't change mine personally, but I think that there are people who it very much could or would change.
So, what if one of your favorite celebrities were to endorse a certain politician? Would that necessarily change your mind on that politician, even though you necessarily didn't vote for them in the first place?
Probably not. No, I mean, like, I have my own opinion and I can form it by myself. Even if it is one of my favorite celebrities, and if I look up to them, like, I'm not gonna just go with what they say.
And Jasmine, just the last question that I have for you. What do you think about when you hear the words celebrity politics?
Literally this entire election. I think it's ridiculous that, like, having a political position is seen as like a status like competition, and for like wealth and for power. If you want to be in political power, then I feel like you should actually want to make a difference and actually like follow the own policies that you're trying to enforce.
Okay, and lastly, what do you think about when you hear the words celebrity politics?
I think that it diminishes the legitimacy of our candidates and the serious issues.
Mm-hmm. Okay. Okay, and last, what do you think about when you hear the words celebrity politics?
Bullshit.